The ocean hides secrets in her crushing depths.
Tonight, BattleScope descends to uncover the...
Commander Miller secures the hatch, sealing the crew inside a titanium bubble against the coming pressure. Dr. Chen reviews the acoustic data. The signature suggests a creature that defies all known biology.
The Vindicator is released from its cradle, dangling precariously above the churning, unforgiving Atlantic waters.
With a violent splash, they leave the surface world behind, entering a realm of eternal darkness.
The descent begins smoothly, the sunlight fading rapidly as the Vindicator pushes toward the continental shelf.
Systems remain green. Chen tunes the hydrophones, listening for the Leviathan that lurks below.
Passing 200 meters, light vanishes. The ocean becomes a void, illuminated only by our instruments. Even in the gloom, life thrives.
At 500 meters, the radio link begins to degrade. They are becoming truly isolated now.
Marine snow falls like ash in the abyss, clogging the view and isolating the crew further.
Sensors pick up a sudden temperature spike, an anomaly that shouldn't exist at this extreme depth. Uncharted rock formations emerge from the gloom, forcing Miller to rely on instinct over instruments.
The signal returns, stronger now. A low-frequency pulse that vibrates the very hull of the ship. Caught in a deep-sea current, the Vindicator drifts dangerously close to the jagged trench walls.
Miller fights the controls, wrestling the submersible through a gauntlet of invisible, crushing currents.
Stabilization achieved. Miller's experience saves the mission, but the danger has only just begun.
A massive contact flashes on the radar screen, circling the tiny vessel before vanishing completely.
Floodlights pierce the eternal night, revealing nothing but the oppressive emptiness of the deep trench.
Chen records the encounter, and whatever is out there is faster and stealthier than any known sub.
3,000 meters down, the pressure is immense, compressing the titanium hull with terrifying force.
Structural integrity holds at 98%. The Vindicator is built for this hostility.
Chen engages active sonar, sending sound waves crashing through the water to reveal the hidden.
Ping returns instantly. Something massive is waiting for them on the ocean floor.
Approaching the Hadal Zone, the frontier of life.
Water is thick with organic matter, a feeding ground for something with a voracious appetite. They pass the black smokers, hydrothermal vents spewing superheated toxins into the freezing ocean.
Navigation is treacherous here. One wrong move could boil the crew or breach the hull.
Life clings to the vents. Giant tube worms and pale crabs thrive in the toxic heat.
Clearing the vents, the trench opens up into a vast, silent canyon of ancient rock.
Magnetic interference spikes violently. Navigation systems begin to drift and clinch. Instruments fail. Miller is forced to rely on visual navigation in near-zero visibility.
The external field is draining the power cells. The Vindicator is struggling to maintain systems.
We have to abort! Shut it down now! Chen considers an abort, but the lure of discovery is stronger than the fear of death.
Miller manually resets the grid. Power returns, but the source of the interference remains unknown.
Touchdown. 11,000 meters beneath the surface, they sit on the bottom of the world.
The abyssal plain is a moonscape of gray silt, untouched for millions of years.
Miller pans the cameras.
searching the desolation for the source of the massive acoustic signature.
A shape emerges from the gloom.
Creeping forward, Miller brings the Vindicator closer to the mysterious formation on the seabed.
A whale fall, but these bones haven't just been scavenged, they've been crushed by immense force.
Analysis confirms these ribs were snapped like twigs by a single, massive bite radius.
The hunter becomes the hunted. Miller senses eyes watching them from the darkness beyond the lights.
Chen deploys the ROV Pup to investigate the bone field without risking the main vessel.
The drone navigates the rib cage, a cathedral of bone that hints at the size of the predator.
Discovery. A fragment embedded in the spine. A serrated tooth the size of a shovel.
The tooth emits a faint radioactive signature, and this predator is powered by something unusual.
Collision imminent! Contact!
A massive signal is closing in at 50 knots. Miller recalls the drone immediately.
Feed cuts to static. The drone has been taken. Something is right on top of them.
Lights kill.
Miller plunges the sub into darkness, hoping to hide from the Titan circling them.
Silent running.
The creature generates a bioelectric field so powerful it's scrambling the ship's internal electronics.
Miller's hand hovers over the emergency blow. If the hull cracks, their only hope is a rapid ascent.
In the void, an eye opens. Pale, ancient, and the size of a carriage wheel.
They are face to face with the anomaly, a species thought extinct for 10 million years.
Armored scales, glowing with internal fire. It is an apex predator perfectly evolved for the dark.
Eddie, it's not attacking. It's curious, assessing whether the metal shell contains food or threat.
Chen seizes the moment, initiating a full spectrum scan. This data is worth more than gold.
With a flick of its tail, the Leviathan turns, sending a shockwave of water that batters the Vindicator.
The wake alone is like a hurricane. Miller struggles to keep the sub upright in the turbulence.
They stabilize, but the violent motion has jarred a critical oxygen seal loose.
Oxygen levels are dropping. The seal is compromised. The mission has just become a race against time.
Miller leads the helm to patch the leak, leaving Chen alone to watch the radar.
The creature is coming back. Faster this time. Aggression levels are rising.
It's charging. The curiosity is gone. The Predator has decided the Vindicator is prey.
Miller returns just in time, slamming the engines into full reverse to dodge the strike.
A narrow miss. The beast's jaws snap shut on empty water, crashing into the sediment.
Miller dives into a narrow fissure, a desperate gamble to use the terrain as a shield.
The Leviathan slams against the rock entrance, too large to follow, furious at the escape.
They are safe for the moment, but the hull is compromised. Depth integrity is falling.
Power is diverted to life support. They sit in the dark, listening to the monster prowl outside.
The data is incredible. The creature's genetics predate the dinosaurs. A living fossil of the deep.
The air is getting stale. The scrubbers are clogged. Carbon dioxide poisoning is the new threat.
It knows they are there. It's waiting. A patient hunter with all the time in the world.
A plan forms. Use the thermal vents as a smokescreen to mask their heat signature and escape.
It's a suicide run, but staying put means suffocation. They prepare to break cover.
Systems primed. Maximum thrust. They have one shot to outrun the nightmare waiting outside.
Launch. The Vindicator shoots from the rocks like a torpedo, aiming for the thermal field. The beast reacts instantly, its powerful tail propelling it forward with frightening speed. A high-speed chase at the bottom of the world. Agility versus raw, unstoppable power.
Miller banks hard left, the jaws of the Leviathan snapping inches from the observation bubble.
Vents are dead ahead, a wall of superheated death that is their only sanctuary.
Into the fire. They plunge into the plume, sensors blinded, trusting fate to hide them. The heat drives the beast back. It circles the cloud, screeching in frustration but unable to enter.
Internal temperatures are critical. The Vindicator's cooking from the outside in. It's not leaving. It's patrolling the perimeter, waiting for them to boil or emerge.
Fighting the thermal column, Miller uses the updraft to rocket them upward, masked by the bubbles.
Break out. They emerge 500 meters higher, leaving the confused predator searching the depths below.
The beast stays deep. Its biology binds it to the abyss. It cannot follow them to the shallows.
Ballast blown. The Vindicator begins the long, slow drift back to the world of light.
They have the data. Images, scans, DNA. Proof that monsters still rule the dark places of Earth.
The darkness recedes, replaced by the comforting indigo of the Twilight Zone. They are coming home.
Vindicator to base.
Comms restored. The surface hears the voice of the dead, returning from the grave. Relief washes over the command deck. The Vindicator is alive and rising!
Breach. Bursting into the morning sun, the nightmare of the abyss is left behind. Safely aboard, the battered hull of the Vindicator tells the story of its survival.
Stepping into the air, they carry with them a secret that will change science forever. The ocean is vast, deep, and full of terrors. And now we know, we are not alone.
BattleScope, mission accomplished. But the deep remains, waiting for the next challenger.
Classified file, Titanus Abyssal. Status, active. Location, Mariana Trench.
Decades ago, we heard the bloop. We thought it was ice. We were wrong.
The creature absorbs geothermal energy to power its bioluminescence.
Its internal structure is unique. A dual heart system capable of withstanding 1,100 atmospheres of pressure. Correlation data suggests this isn't an isolated specimen. There could be a colony beneath the Pacific.
The military implications are clear. A creature that can crush a submarine is a formidable asset, or enemy.
Chen fights for the science. These are animals, not weapons to be harnessed or destroyed.
The Vindicator is rebuilt. Stronger, faster, prepared for a return to the darkness. New countermeasures are developed. Sonic cannons designed to overload the creature's sensitive hearing.
Simulation failed.
Miller trains relentlessly. In the simulation, he dies 100 times to survive once in reality.
A breakthrough. The creatures follow the thermal currents. We can predict where they will surface next.
Target acquired. The Challenger Deep. The deepest point on Earth is their breeding ground. This time, they aren't going alone. A full fleet assembles to support the second descent.
A swarm of autonomous drones will act as decoys and scouts, extending their eyes in the dark.
Down there, technology fails. Fear is your enemy. Respect the Abyss.
The fleet arrives. The ocean greets them with a storm, a warning from nature to turn back.
Vindicator 2.0 launches, reinforced, armed with sonic deterrents, and ready for war.
Sentinel, dive sequence initiated. Radio check, over.
They are joined by the Sentinel, a support craft designed to watch their back.
Two lights in the void. They descend in formation, a united front against the darkness.
Coordination is key. Chen links the sensor arrays, creating a 360-degree view of the deep. The swarm deploys. Like fireflies, they spread out, illuminating the trench walls.
Drone 1 explores the crevices, looking for the nest. Drone 2 picks up movement. Large shadows moving in the periphery.
Sentinel reports contacts. Multiple targets. They aren't hunting a lone wolf this time, it's a pack.
Form up. Defensive circle. Back to back. Lights out. Watch the sonar.
They float in the void, weapons primed, waiting for the first strike.
A feint. One creature darts in to test their reflexes, vanishing before they can track it.
Impact. The Sentinel is rammed from below. The pack is coordinating their attacks.
We're losing control! Mayday!
The Sentinel spins out of control. Its gyroscope tumbling. They are vulnerable.
Miller fires the sonic cannon. A focused blast of sound erupts toward the attackers.
It works. The creatures recoil, their sensitive lateral lines overloaded by the sonic pulse.
Control restored.
The Sentinel stabilizes, a near miss. They regroup, shaken but alive.
A new signal emerges. Deeper.
Seabed fractures. The Alpha isn't just an animal. It's part of the trench itself.
Leviathan. A creature the size of a battleship rises from the sediment, eclipsing the submarines.
Impossible. Scale is meaningless here. It is a god of the deep.
Bioluminescence waves travel down its body, a communication display of blinding intensity.
It's not just display, it's a language. Complex, intelligent patterns of light.
The pack retreats. The Alpha has taken the field. It challenges the intruders alone.
Hold fire.
Miller holds fire. Engaging this Titan with a sonic cannon would be like throwing a stone at a tank.
The eye gazes into the cockpit. Ancient intelligence assesses the tiny female African-American humans inside.
Chen attempts communication. A mathematical sequence of light flashes to signal intelligence.
Response. The Alpha mimics the pattern. First contact has been made.
Torpedo armed.
Fire the torpedo now. I repeat, fire.
Stand down!
The torpedo launches. A fatal mistake, fueled by panic.
Impact. The explosion ripples against the Titan's hide, doing nothing but angering a god.
Rage. Retribution is swift. The Sentinel is swatted aside like a toy, its hull buckled instantly.
Mayday! Mayday! Fading!
Sentinel down! Now it turns to them.
Guilt by association. The diplomacy is over.
Full emergency power!
Run! There is no other option.
Vertical ascent. They claw their way up the trench wall, desperate for the surface. The Alpha rises with them, a shadow swallowing the light of their engines.
Decoys deployed. Flares and noisemakers clutter the water, trying to confuse the beast's sensors.
It ignores them. It's locked onto the Vindicator's specific magnetic signature.
Warning, collision.
Miller spots a lava tube, a desperate gamble to lose the pursuer in the twisted rock.
Inside, the walls scrape the hull, stripping paint and sensors, but they are shielded.
The Alpha tears at the mountain, collapsing the entrance in a cloud of debris.
Trapped in the maze. The lava tube winds upward, a natural chimney through the crust.
Battery damaged. They are running on emergency reserves. Life support is failing again.
Flying bland.
An exit. Blue light filters from above. The tube empties out onto a higher plateau.
They drift out onto the shelf at 2,000 meters. The engine sputters and dies.
Dead in the water. Battery exhausted. They sit silently on the ledge, waiting.
Silence. No roar. No crushing impact. Just the distant song of whales.
Did we lose it? Did the mountain stop it? Or did it simply lose interest in the broken toy?
It's there, hovering in the distance, watching, but not attacking.
It stopped at the boundary. We crossed out of its domain. It is a guardian, not a murderer.
The king returns to his castle. The Alpha fades back into the crushing dark, leaving the intruders alive.
Miller releases the emergency beacon. Now they just have to wait for the rescue. The cold sets in. Without power, the heat is gone. The deep sea chill creeps into their bones.
Chen reviews the Sentinel's last transmission. Their sacrifice bought the data that will warn the world.
Light. Not from a monster, but from salvation. The rescue ROV descends.
Up, the long haul to the surface begins. Rising, leaving the pressure behind, expanding, returning to the world of men.
Surface. The night air rushes in as the hatch blows. He is alive.
Clear the deck! Medics swarm the vessel. The physical wounds are minor, but the psychological marks will last forever.
Take it.
Secure the data.
Story leaks. Panic, denial, fascination. The world wakes up to a new reality. The debate rages. Do we destroy the threat or protect the most ancient ecosystem on Earth?
They attack because we provoked. They are guardians. Leave them alone, and we survive.
Miller watches the horizon. He knows the piece of the surface is a thin lie covering the chaos below.
A quarantine zone is established. The Mariana Trench is declared off-limits to mankind. We watch from the edges now. Sensors and cameras stand guard, listening for the waking giants.
Below, the Alpha sleeps. A dragon in its lair, waiting for the next fool to knock on the door.
But the Mariana is just one trench. What lies in the Tonga?
The mystery is unraveled, but the story of the deep has only just begun.
Dedicated to the crew of the Sentinel. Their loss bought our knowledge.
New designs emerge. Subs that move like fish, silent and invisible, to observe without disturbing.
The surface life continues, blissfully unaware of the titans slumbering beneath their fins.
Vents burn on, the eternal engines of the abyss, fueling the monsters of our nightmares. In the shadows, a new generation waits. The cycle continues. Life finds a way. Even in the crushing.
A new prince of the deep, born to rule the darkness his ancestors claimed eons ago.
Cut!
Getting the Vindicator to look real took a team of 50 artists.
The Alpha was built bone by virtual bone to move with realistic hydrodynamics.
Deep sea gigantism is real.
Yeah.
Squids, isopods.
Yeah.
Ooh, why not something bigger?
Yeah. We explored dozens of designs. The crab squid was terrifying, but the Alpha felt ancient.
You okay?
Even Commander Miller loses his footing on dry land sometimes.
The roar was a mix of a lion, a whale, and a Grindgleicher.
Is it Atlantis? Aliens? Fans are already speculating. Is the Alpha an alien? An Atlantean guardian?
Next time on BattleScope, we leave the ocean for the Amazon. The Mapinguari awaits.
New terrain, new gear. The Jungle Jumper is ready for the thickest rainforest.
It watches from the canopy. A cryptid that hunts in the silence of the rainforest.
Don't miss the hunt. Subscribe and ring the bell to join the BattleScope expedition.
Special thanks to our elite supporters who make these deep dives possible.
Want your own Vindicator? Check the link below for the limited edition die-cast model.
Remember, we know more about the surface of Mars than the bottom of our own ocean.
The pressure down there is like an elephant standing on your thumb.
Check out our previous mission, the Siberian Ice Worm. Click the video on the left.